have the channel 5342. And this is the channel of maturation and the design of balanced development. And so gate 53 is development and the gate of beginnings, and it is a root center gate, which is the brown square at the bottom of the body graph. And then 42 is increase and the gate of growth, and that's a sacral gate, which is the red square above the root. And so the 5342 is about the maturation process. It is the heart of the abstract human experiential way, and it requires entering into and completing a new cycle or experience, and then reflecting to gain wisdom the cycle offers.
Yeah, it's the heart of it. It's definitely the engine for it, and it is the master. In other words, all things will start and go through a cycle of maturation. They might not come to completion, 35. It might be a dumb idea that doesn't get told, 56. It doesn't get expressed. It might be, you know what I mean? Like go on with the rest of them, 13, right? All that stuff might be a horrible feeling, but it's going to go through a cycle. So all things bend to the format energy here. That's why this channel is so important. It literally affects and formats everything else in the circuitry, no matter what. And if you have this in your body graph, you're deeply connected to this process of, I started it. Oh, I have to mature this process. Oh, I'm going to kill myself bringing it to an end if it kills me. Because if you've got this channel, you're a generator. Maturation is a generated process, just like the law. 42 latches onto things. If you have a 42 in your body graph, very often you find yourself latched onto a process you should have let go long ago, or reluctant to latch onto a process you absolutely should because it's perfect for you, meaning you're not listening to your sacral. Doesn't know it can finish things. It just dreams that there's finishing of things. 53, it literally dreams of finishing things in its starting. It dreams of getting something started, but it also dreams of its finishing. And but it doesn't know what that looks like. It's the starter. It's not the finisher. But think about the starting process. The starting process, you're just so hungry to start the thing. And that's all you are, as a starter. Some things may finish and conclude and mature. You may even be part of that. But your job is as a starter. And so you can see where a lot of melancholy and deepness of like a low mood can come along when you can't finish the thing and you think you're supposed to. Same thing with 42. 42 is, it wants to get things started, doesn't know how. How am I gonna, and it has like 100 things sometimes open to get started, because it knows once something starts, that's where its joy is. That's where it gets its juice. It's like, it started. I'm gonna
get something started so I can finish it.
Right, and mature it and decide if it's worth finishing and maturing. And if you have the whole channel, you're a sacral being, please get deeply in touch with your strategy and your authority, because if it's not right for you, sacral will tell you. Sacral says. It never doesn't say when you're a generator. Sacral says. So it'll tell you, this isn't so good for you. And you'll start to learn to surrender to what gate 60 demands, acceptance of the limitation, not for you. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, 53 is starting stuff. 42 is finishing it off. And just to clarify, because Danny mentioned a format channel. So the format channels are the 3 channels from the root to the sacral. So this is one of the format channels that kind of like lays the foundation for the whole rest of the circuitry. So for this collective sensing circuitry, the 5342 is that format channel that's going to lay the foundation for the whole thing.
When we get into the formats, you'll just see that it's just a special designation. It's a keynote. And if you started following this at all, you start to realize the keynotes are the words we use that describe it all. And they describe genetic workings that we're helpless but to be or not be. And the quicker you know them, the better, because they're in there. The same genetics that make your eyes blink when you're not thinking about it is working along here.
Yeah, yep. The keynotes can seem a little like overwhelming, or they're like big words. They have words that have a lot of meaning and a lot of oomph to them. So they can be a little like overwhelming or a little like intense, but just baby step into learning the keynotes. And like eventually they just layer on and layer on. It becomes second nature. So just go along with it and you'll be fine.
Yep.
Perfect.